Now let's try it. That means we're all here. Okay. Good morning, Wellspring, and welcome. It is the 2nd of August. That's what this paper says. And everything on all of my electronic devices agree with that. That means it must be true. It's not fake news. August 2nd, 2026. And my name is still Jean Geringer. Yay. Okay, some announcements. There we go. Early Birds meets Sunday, mornings at 9:30 via Zoom. The link is in the weekly email and on the website. Upcoming speakers, well, very upcoming today, is Reverend Kamatara, right over here. And the 9th of August is Reverend Sandy Scott. The 16th is Donna Stryker. And the 23rd is Uki McIsaac. And the 30th is Reverend Pamela Avancia. Where's Pamela? I saw her. Did I get your name okay, hon?
Perfect.
Yay. I'm working on pronouncing things better. That has not been a skill in this life. Thursday evening group, which I belong to, continues to meet on Thursday nights. Yeah, go figure. Okay. Get coordinates from Cleona or Edward. We meet at 7. We have really interesting discussions. Cleona and Edward bring up typically YouTube or other segments from Gaia where we get into all things metaphysical. Some light, some heavy, some like, rewind that please, what did they say? And then the discussions afterward are really good for all. Okay. Yours truly is teaching a beginning dowsing workshop Saturday, August 8th, 1:30 to 4:30 at True Art of the Earth. And that is in Mesilla. And I'm also teaching here the 29th. It's off schedule because of my travel schedule. Same thing, 1:30 to 4:30. Haven't decided on the topic yet. It will either be Dowsing for Prosperity, which is getting into the thought forms, getting into your mentality around prosperity and even ancestral things. I do some really deep, tough quizzes to help bring all that up, and then we use dowsing to look at the energy and change it. So it's a whole different approach to prosperity. And the other topic that I may do, and one of these will be September, and one of them, well, that's August. So one will be August, one will be September. The other topic is soul work. So doing a deep dive into your soul. What percentage came in on this incarnation? And what percentage do you still have? Is some of it misplaced somewhere? And then we use dowsing to bring it back together. That gets into some really deep, interesting things. And I've done this work with a lot of people, and it is amazing what we find out and how we can correct it. So either one of those two topics. Okay, our prayer team remains ready to serve and support you. Please let Edward know. There are, I think, some forms in the back, or let him know personally what you may need from him. Our prayer team meets virtually on Tuesday afternoons at 4:15 to pray with you. You may consider sitting in your quiet space during that time. We know we are one in spirit, and the energy of prayer knows no limits. That is so true. And now we have the invocation. Through Source, we purposefully create a sacred space here and now in our Wellspring home. We ask that any energies present which are not beneficial be modified by Spirit, making them beneficial for all and everything, seen or unseen, in or entering this area. We ask for the presence of the divine in this gathering, whether we are here in person or remotely. May Source, however each of you know it, however each of us call it, come to each of us and through us to all whom we encounter, and from them to all who they encounter, onward, and so to the whole world. And in this wave of divine energy, we each are lighted love, helping ignite that light in all and everything. Please stand if you are able for our song of joy. Blessing to the world. I see Kamatara has a dual role today.
We just have fun with it.
Yes.
Oh, good.
I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of Spirit on earth, and who I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of Spirit on earth, and who I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of Spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of Spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of Spirit on earth, and who we are, and all we do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of Spirit on earth, and who we are, and all we do is a blessing to the world, is a blessing to the world, is a blessing to the world.
That's just beautiful. Wouldn't that be, to send that to somebody on their birthday, wouldn't that be a beautiful birthday greeting? That's great. Yeah, wonderful. Let's read together our vision, mission, and affirmation. Our vision: to elevate spiritual consciousness in our world. Our mission, to support individuals' spiritual quests through celebration, study, counsel, loving fellowship, and service. Our affirmation, my personal mission is unique and important. I accept my calling and know that I am a magnificent, divine expression shining brightly for the universe to behold. And so it is. And now we have special music from Kamatara and Vince. Yay!
Yay, Vicente! Woo! Come on down.
You're the next contestant.
Yeah. Thank you, Doug. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Doug. Appreciate you.
And you'll need to flick the microphone on, too, if it's not already.
Check. 1,
Oh, it is on.
2, 3.
Beautiful. So Vicente found this song. We're going to start with a song that's very grounding. It's a song about love. It's called Always Love. And then it does some fun things with Always Loved. And yeah, just beautiful. And you heard this on, it's like one of those random jukebox moments where like Apple Music just picks out something like, you need this song. And we're like, oh, we do.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's written and composed by a guy by the name of Paul Isaac and made popular by a guy who calls himself Tubby Love. And he's not
Tubby
tubby
Love.
at all. He's about this tall and about this wide and just plays these reggae-backed sort of spiritual New Thought songs. And this one really resonated with me, so
Cool. Is your pedal on?
I hope you find it useful as well. Take time now and think about what you got. Look inside, draw the surface curtain. You can be certain, my friends, we got a lot. Everyone's got their own stories of sorrows and glories. We can laugh, we can cry, play out these lives, and one day this body will die. I may never know exactly what you go through. I may never know just exactly what you go through. But there's one thing I'll always share with you. I'll share with you. I'll share with you. Yes, you are
Always loved.
You are
Always loved.
You will
Always be loved. Always loved. Always loved.
When you feel lost and can't find your way, when you get lost at the end of the day, try to remember that it's just a part of it all. There is a light inside of your heart. It penetrates through all that you are. Love penetrates through all that you are.
Love is all you are.
I may never know exactly what you go through. I may never know just exactly what you go through. But there's one thing I'll always share with you. I'll share with you. I'll share with you. Yes, you are
Always loved.
You are
Always loved, darling.
You will
Always be loved. Always loved. Always loved.
A true mystery is in everything, and time doesn't really mean anything. Infinitely is how we sing, we sing again. The true mystery is in everything, and time doesn't really mean anything. From love we sing.
From
love. From love we sing. Yes. Sing it with us. You are always love. You are
always love.
You will
Always be love. Always love no matter where you go. Always love no matter who you are. Always loved, beloved.
always love. You're always loved, friends. I know that.
Fantastic.
Nope.
Okay. You're going to do your thing? I'm going to turn this.
Yes, thank you. Absolutely. Wonderful. The topic of Kamatara's talk today is about the importance of you being you. So for the readings today, I chose two readings. One is from Jack Canfield. Says he, I think the greatest wound we've all experienced is somehow being rejected for being our authentic self. And as a result of that, we then try to be what we're not, to get approval, love, protection, safety, money, whatever. And the real need for it all, and the real need for all of us, is to reconnect with the essence of who we really are and re-own the disowned parts of ourselves, whether it's our emotions, our spirituality, whatever. We all go around hiding parts of ourselves. I was with a Buddhist teacher a number of years ago, and he said, let me give you the secret. If you were to meditate for 20 years, this is where you'd finally get to. Just be yourself, but be all of you. I came across this reading some time ago and have been waiting for an occasion to do it. And I have another. I think it's a profound reading. The other reading is from Oprah, from her book, The Path Made Clear, this wonderful little book. Says she, I was 7 or 8 years old when I figured out that The Wizard of Oz was more than a story about a bump on the head and a fantastical dream. I didn't have the words to express it at the time, but as I grew into my own path of awareness, I understood The Wizard of Oz to be one of the great spiritual teachings of all time. Dorothy was on what the great philosopher Joseph Campbell so famously called a hero's journey. The yellow brick road represented the path toward her true self. Along the way, she encountered the disempowered parts of herself. The scarecrow's wish for a brain, the Tin Man's desire for a heart, and the cowardly lion's longing for courage. Like so many of us, Dorothy believed she needed something outside herself. In her case, the great and wonderful, powerful Oz, to bestow the cherished virtues on her friends and bring her home. But in what I believe is the most powerful moment of the film, Glinda, the Good Witch, says the words that spiritual teachers have been trying to convey for thousands of years. You don't need to be helped any longer, Glinda tells Dorothy. You've always had the power. Dorothy's most trusted companion, the Scarecrow, asks Glinda, then why didn't you tell her before? And Glinda replies, because she wouldn't have believed me. She had to learn it for herself. And on that note, we will bring in Reverend Kamatara for our message for today.
Well, those were perfect readings. Let's just go home. We're good. Oh my gosh. I still think about Dorothy, if there were like an extended play version, like, what, Glenda? You came down in a bubble. I would have believed anything you said. But I get it. She did have to go on the journey. Okay, fine. Just be that way, life. And God is, has a great sense of humor. So I'm so happy to see you again. I feel like I was just with you and I get to be with you again, and it's so exciting, and I feel like so much has happened this last month. Well, I mean, really the last 2 years, but the last month has been especially powerful for myself and for my beautiful partner, Vicente. And the topic for Centers for Spiritual Living this last month has been all about wholeness. And of course, whatever the topic is, I know I've shared this with you before, but I get to really experience this, and then by proximity, so does my beautiful partner. So whatever the topic is, we get to experience it that week or that month, and in fascinating ways. I never get it until like the Thursday or Friday of the talk, and I'm like, oh, that's how I experienced that. So it's been a whole month of this really heightened awareness of wholeness, and not only just for myself, experiencing my whole self, but also in partnership with Vicente. And so it's always fascinating when we're not together and someone says either to him or to me, like, oh, where's your other half? Or where's your better half? And then we both get a little rankled in a polite way, of course, but we're like, he does not complete me. I am not a half person. I am a whole person. And we are two whole people choosing to share this journey, which I know some of you, couples out there are doing that as well. So, bless that journey of wholeness and two people who are whole. And it's so rich to be sharing a journey in wholeness. It's definitely a new experience for me, and I believe that's true for Vicente as well. And it's so liberating to be together, and also in a community like this, to be here without abandoning myself, and to live from a place of unapologetic wholeness. So this morning I really want to explore what that word means, because wholeness can be really abstract and kind of a new thought buzzword, like, oh, we're whole, complete, and perfect. Ting! I'm like, what does that mean? It just sounds like woo-woo nonsense. And I'm a practical kind of girl. So let's just, and the English teacher me, we're going to start with definitions. So here we go. So just think about the word whole or wholeness in a really concrete way. If something is whole, there's nothing missing. It's all there. It is complete. It is of integrity, right? I think of like structural integrity. Everything is there, all the parts. In fact, if you think of the word integrity, that has a really fascinating root word, TEG, means wholeness. That's why you get the word integer, which means, right, whole number. So when we're of integrity, we are living in wholeness. We are living from a place where we accept all that we are, like we heard in the beautiful readings that Spirit picked out so perfectly. We accept all of ourselves, knowing that nothing is missing and that our particular gifts get offered to the world. We are a blessing to the world. Our unique, boy, the affirmation for today too, like whew, all came together, our unique gifts that we are offering to the world. When we do that, we are of integrity. We're living from wholeness. In fact, a really simple way to say it is that our insides are matching our outsides. And certainly, we are not raised to do this. We are not raised to be honest. We are raised to be safe. And it's hard because some socialization is really good. Like, yes, human beings need to be broken in. Absolutely. Like, how do we play nicely with others? How do we not run with scissors? And how do we take turns and be, productive human beings that are contributing to a community? Absolutely. That's good stuff. But all the rest of it, I don't know. It gets highly questionable because we learn from a really young age from our parents and then school and then work and then maybe a marriage, maybe raising our own children and continuing the cycle of socialization. We learn what gets rewarded in this society and what gets punished. And what is good, which I'll put in air quotes, and what is bad. And then we also learn about ourselves what is safe and what is dangerous. And then even as a little tiny peanut, we start doing the calculus. Like you can just see the equations happening. Like, okay, I do this, I get punished. I do this, I am bad. I do this, it is dangerous. I absolutely had that experience growing up in a house with an astounding alcoholic. Walking on eggshells all the time. Never knew which end was up. What was going to set it off, what wasn't, no clue. And so I tried to either disappear or outshine the sun. Those were my two modes. I didn't exist, or I will overperform, like wow, trophies in that arena. And so that's where from the time we're little, we get all these mixed messages. And so we start creating the masks, the armor, the walls go up, all the game playing begins. And I know I've said this phrase before, but it's like the best way I think I've ever explained the game playing that we do. It's where I will give you the version of me that I think you want so I can get the thing that I think I want. Oh, it's exhausting just to listen to that, isn't it? Let alone to do it. And it's not sustainable. It's like this exhausting game of cat and mouse, not only with myself, but with the other person. And then what we're creating is like a house of cards at that point, because it's like my mask is talking to your mask, and then we live on the surface, and then we create this thing, and if we walk just right, maybe the house of cards will stay up. It's impossible. It's so hard. And you know the turmoil that it causes on the inside. I mean, yes, there's lots of conflict on the outside too, but the turmoil inside, like the cognitive dissonance, the yearning in our heart, that feeling that like something is off when you can't put your finger on it. And then it happens. As Reverend Martha used to say up in Albuquerque, how uncomfortable do you need to be before you make a different choice? Apparently that uncomfortable. I have an amazing threshold for discomfort, apparently. So, how uncomfortable do you need to be? And at a certain point, we get sick and tired of being sick and tired, or life forces a major event, or like we might say the cosmic 2x4. My most recent prayer is, God, make it gentle. Gentle growth. I am all about gentle growth these days. But we stop. At a certain moment, we stop. And we can look at ourselves with humility, and I hope with grace and compassion to really take time to see who we really are. And especially in safe relationships, in safe community like this, we have the space and the grace to be able to do that we can have classes and spiritual practices and meaningful experiences and the Sunday mornings. And what does it take for us little by little to have the veil drop and be like, oh, there you are. Oh, precious honey, I've been waiting my whole life for you. And here you are. I had a really funny experience of that. I can't remember how long ago It was at Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living that our friends Keith and Pat gave this class on the Enneagram. And if you know the Enneagram, it's actually really meaningful. If you don't know it, basically it's a personality quiz. But it's really insightful, and you answer these questions, and they give you a number and a label, and they tell you, fabulous things about you, and they also tell you your shadow side, and it's very meaningful, actually. I learned a lot. So back in the day, I don't know if it was 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I do the Enneagram, and I get my magic number, and it turns out that I'm a 2, and I'm like, hallelujah, I love it, because a 2 is the caregiver and the mother figure, and it feeds everything that society has indoctrinated me to be. So I am feeling super happy, like here's my trophy, fulfilling all those roles. And I go along my merry way being incredibly uncomfortable and unhappy in my life. It was fabulous. So then in ministerial school, between practitioner training and ministerial school, they're like, oh, that you really think that? Okay, let's take a piñata bat to that and see if it holds. Boom, boom, boom. I'm like, oh, God. So one of my classes, the minister says, the teacher, she says, we're all going to take the Enneagram. And I was like, no, I don't have to take it. I know what I am. And one of the things that Enneagram people will tell you is that the number doesn't change. Some people disagree with that. Some people say it's true. But I was like, oh, it doesn't change. I already know who I am. I'm a 2. And, of course, she was like, take it again. Yes, ma'am, because I'm a good soldier. So I took it again. And then it turns out, especially after doing practitioner training in ministerial school and, getting to know myself more, it turns out that I was a 1, which if you know what that means, you are all about justice and fairness and things being right and good. And I just started working for Circles USA and, waking up in the spiritual community and all the things. And I was like, oh, actually, that makes a ton of sense for who I am. Like, one of my primordial issues is when things aren't right or fair, whether it's my personal life or out in the world. And then it got even funnier because it said that the shadow side is anger. And I was like, I'm not an angry person! And honestly, we weren't allowed to be angry. Most of us, especially if you're female, not allowed to express anger. And I had more than enough of anger in my childhood home from other people. Like, I wasn't going to be expressing it, so stuff. And then the spiritual junk drawer, pops open, especially the last 2 years, because let me tell you, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. So there's been some anger the last 2 years, we'll just say. But the more important point is that I had the space, I had the support, I had the safe relationships, I had the practice to get honest. And that's what I would really want to invite you to. However you come to it, can we each be fully honest about who we are in all our messy goodness? I had 5 decades of self-sacrifice and abandoning myself at every turn. And I finally gave myself permission to come home to myself. And isn't that the most sacred journey that we spend this lifetime doing? And I know Vicente's been having that experience, especially this last month, in the context of our safe relationship, where we both get to be 100% ourselves and then offer each other grace and compassion when we're a little off. And to do that gently. And then we have different practices already in place to support ourselves to come back to center, to come back to who we truly are. And now, both of us are more us than ever before. And that is the ultimate freedom and joy. That is the liberation that is contained in this spiritual teaching, practice, philosophy, way of life. To actually live from a place of wholeness. Not just to say, I am whole, complete, and perfect. No. To have that radical self-acceptance and love and to be all that we are in the here and now, to live from that place of wholeness, the divine knowing itself, expressing itself fully, bringing your amazing gifts to the world, and to savor the life experience in the here and now. I do want to say one little caveat, because sometimes I hear this concept being used as a weapon when people will say something mean or do something mean or just not, not above the line, not of integrity. And they'll be like, well, I'm just being myself. That's just who I am. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Being yourself does not give you permission to be a jerk. Okay, I just want to say that very clearly, okay? Because sometimes people really brandish it. Well, that's just who I am. Whoa, whoa, whoa. If we're causing harm or we're being mean, or sometimes, people tell mean jokes, well, that's just my sense of humor. Whoa, 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 whoa. Because we are impacting each other greatly. And oftentimes, just in my own humble experience, oftentimes when those kind of things are shooting out, when people are either controlling or mean or just something off, you're like, whoa, what was that? There's something else going on. It's a cry for love, like we know in A Course for Miracles. Everything is either love or a call for love. Okay, when one of those things is happening, that's not who that person truly is. And they may even say, well, that's who I am. No, precious pumpkin, that's not who you truly are. That's covering, that's a Band-Aid on top of a wound. And so if we can love each other through those less than graceful moments, and then help each other remember who we are, that is so helpful. So with all due, grace, humility, kindness, we get, sometimes there's an opportunity to remember or to heal, to say, oh, that is not who I want to be in this lifetime. And when we can do that, to come back to the divine in us, that's where our power lies. Full powered, not obscured divine, not dimming our light, just full arise and shine. That's when life is synchronous. That's when life is turbocharged. And then there's some really interesting side effects that start to happen when we're fully in our power and shining our light. We become incredibly attractive, as in we attract new relationships, deepened relationships, new opportunities, new experiences of abundance, just amazing things start to happen. And as much as we are attractive, we are also equally repellent. Oh my gosh. I know that I am absolutely repellent for people who do not want to accept responsibility for their lives, for people who don't want to, do the work or own their stuff, or anyone who doesn't want to accept responsibility for their lives, they do not want to be within 100 miles of me. I am absolutely repellent. I get that. So again, I don't take it personally. Okay, they're not at that point in their life. And bless the journey they're on. And when they're ready to, the whole center of my life and my ministry is to foster conscious evolution. Okay, that is not everyone's jam, not in this lifetime or the next. So, and that's fine. So not taking it personally, whoever I attract or repel, not taking it personally is just part of the joy of being alive and being 100% myself. And what's interesting is when I am repellent or a relationship comes to a close, or, oh, thank you, like, I'm done with that, then it clears the way for a deepened experience of the divine as me in this moment, and to have a safe and healthy experience with new relationships and my chosen family. Thank you for being my chosen family. Because in that space, we are catalysts for this marvelous expansion of self-expression that gets out there, bringing more of the divine into the light of day in the here and now. And so the phrase that keeps coming up, and actually came to Vicente on this one, the phrase that keeps coming up is integrated consciousness. And there's that root word again, tag, wholeness, right? If you're integrated, it is fully within you. And it's being expressed on the outside now, integrated consciousness as a way of life. That kind of alignment, that my insides matching my outsides, living my values and being authentic, that is the ultimate victory. That is God just like giving you a good job. Oh my gosh. I think of John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Doug, his only begotten Cleona, his only begotten Pamela, his only begotten Vicente, that the world could know this, what you are bringing. It's amazing. So I want to challenge you this week could you, with all due humility and grace and compassion, just run the science experiment? Be observers. Can you recognize when you're shining your light and you're being the most you that is so you, that only you could do? Can you recognize that and just savor it and be like, this is great. Thank you, God, for this beautiful expression of me in the world. And could you also recognize when you're a little off? Oh, I just dimmed my light, or oh, I pulled that way back, or I did not speak up for myself, or oh, that came out sideways, flag on the play, 50-yard penalty, whoa, can I have a do-over? Which we've been getting really good at, Vicente and I. Were like, oh, how did that come up? Oh, yeah, let's try that again. And that's okay, right? Because every time that you do that, you give someone else permission to do that too. So let's run the experiment, let's try it this week, and just be really aware of how we're showing up in the world. And above all, can you give yourself permission to be you, to have a BeYOUtiful week? Thank you. All right, let's take it to prayer. And take a moment to pull up into your heart anything that resonated from the talk, anything that stood out that you're like, oh yeah, this week. So just hold it gently in your heart. And in this moment, in this space, I know there is only that one loving source that is always love, that is expressing as each one of us in the here and now, in all the ways that we experience life, and even beyond what we can understand. It is the great mystery, the great I am that is expressing in all that is happening. So I know each one of us is aligned with the divine that is the presence and power within. Each one of us is that amazing, magnificent expression as only we could be. We are the way the divine gets to know itself and have this grand experience that is right here, right now. And so knowing this to be true, I claim for each one of us a deepened expression of the divine as us. An individualized expression of spirit in the here and now. The beautiful gifts in all your messy goodness that's so perfect, whole, and complete. Can say that now because it means something. And in the richness of experiencing ourselves as whole beings, whole expressions of the divine, I also know for each one of us a falling away of any fears or worries or behaviors that aren't helpful to our full expression. All of that just disintegrates in the light and love of the divine, and each one of us brings our full self to the table every time, with gentleness and grace and love that we are. So knowing that each one of us is a beautiful blessing to the world, I give thanks for all the ways that the divine shows up. And I know that it is all in divine right order now. So please join me in saying, and so it is. Thank you. Now we have some more special music. So Vicente, come on down. Dead. That's all right. I can flip the page. Yeah, my pedal's dead.
Turn the mic on, turn the iPad on, narrate everything I'm doing.
So this song is by a wonderful New Thought artist called Karen Mitchell, and her whole album, I think this is the title track from the album. I think the album is called In This Moment. But just beautiful music. And she also has a song called And So It Is, and it goes through the 5 steps of affirmative prayer, but in song. So just the whole album is really nifty. So check her out on YouTube or, Apple Music or whatever you got. But the song is called In This Moment. When I forget we are one, and I regret things that I've done. I go within my heart and soul. I start again, knowing I'm whole. God is right here where I am. I am right where I should be. As I fill my mind with peace, I feel it washing over me. God is right here where I am, flowing in and out through me. In this moment, I am free. When things go wrong and my way is dark, and I lose my song and life breaks my heart, I go within my heart and soul. I start again, knowing I'm whole. God is right here where I am. I am right where I should be. As I fill my mind with peace, feel it washing over me. God is right here where I am, flowing in and out through me. In this moment, I am free. In this moment, I am free.
Wow. What a wonderful duo. Let's give them another hand. Really, this is lovely songs and lovely talk and taking it to prayer. I'm, on behalf of it, so glad we're all part of this community. We're blessed. And now it's time for our offering. Oh, we get to have some nice music with Doug and Edwin and Kamatara. Boy, we are blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. We are so blessed.
We are so blessed. We are so
We are
blessed.
so grateful for all that we have. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so grateful. We are so
Thank you. As we acknowledge and receive our virtual and in-person gifts, we give great thanks for the offerings already given and those we will be receiving, because we know that giving and receiving are both part of the one flow. We affirm that we are also part of that flow. We bless these gifts and know they are multiplied throughout our community. Thank you. And as a side note of appreciation, it's been incredibly hot, but for those who can, to go take a look at our labyrinth. I am told that we were gifted a couple of benches out there to sit and ponder. and I haven't seen them yet. So after we do cake, I might go out and take a look. Okay. Okay. There are a number of folks who have contributed to the production of this service, and we are grateful for each and every one of us who all put it together to make this happen. We thank you for joining us in Zoomland, and for those of us here in person and who watch later. Today, we are celebrating August birthdays. I kind of let it out about the cake, didn't I?
Shirley!
There's cake?
There's cake. Shirley Agnew will have a birthday on August 20th. Angel Love. Well, okay. Shirley Angel Love, August 20th. And stay around in the Zoom meeting if you wish, and come over and join us for carrot cake and coffee and
Ooh.
conversation.
Okay,
So,
fancy.
please stand as you are able and read with me the benediction, followed by our congregational song.
Mighty, joy, peace, and eternal life are true nature and flow
it
through
is.
us into the world, and so it is. Okay.
Okay. And now we have our song.